There's a quote that says, "A people without the knowledge of their past is like a tree without roots." The North Texas family is on a mission to preserve a part of North Texas history to give us all a little perspective. Here's Steve Pickett with this week's Ones for Texas.
Its history sits firmly in the soil of what is present-day Addison.
But this was outside, way outside Dallas city limits at the time, and was a place of a plantation where those who were enslaved were working.
Formed in a freedmen's community by former slaves, White Rock Chapel, built 135 years ago, still stands, but barely.
Those who had been enslaved partnered with those who had enslaved them to form a church that has lasted since 1884.
Dr. Donald Wesson and wife Wanda purchased White Rock Chapel with the mission to preserve not just the structure, but its legacy, its history.
We are in the process now of remodeling this facility, making it one that is a welcoming place for not just the neighborhood and the town of Addison, but for the entire region.
The chapel came to life when the slave owner sold land to his former slaves. The Wessons were convinced by their son to acquire the chapel despite the development of seven-figure homes surrounding the far North Dallas location.
It's an acknowledgement to the past and the institution of slavery, but it's less of a focus on what happened. It's more of a focus on where do we go from here now.
The Wessons see White Rock as a bedrock for building unity today under a roof built with racial bias in Dallas's Christian community more than a century ago.
A focal point for different faith communities, different histories, different ethnicities, different social classes to all come together in one place.
In Addison, Steve Pickett, CBS 11 News.
And so you know, coming up on Wednesday, there'll be a community work day to help in a chapel rebuild effort there. They'll do that from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. at White Rock Chapel in Addison.